Good morning. How's everybody doing today? We get a little late start out here this morning. Our night temperatures dropped back down. It was a little chilly last night and this morning. Looks like we have about a week of that. Not that I can predict the weather. Don't know if you caught my short yesterday. We made a carrot soup, roasted carrot soup last night. It was pretty good. It's the second time I've made that recipe, and the first time I did it in a blender, and I think I liked it better with the blender instead of the immersion blender, but it's still pretty good. And I actually made a lot of soup, so I threw it in a crock pot. We're going to have that again tonight. I was thinking you could probably use that like a pasta sauce for anybody that has tomato allergies. Just add in some Italian seasoning to it, right? Some basil and oregano. They're pretty good. Meg's taking me on a field trip. Where you going, baby? Where you going? I've been working on this quilting project. I had a couple of corrections to make on what I was working on, but it's coming along. It's my first time doing a quilt, so I kind of did pick a complicated pattern, but I've never wanted to do something simple. What is it, huh? The quail were here, the bunny was here. I had a lot of quail in the yard this morning. Those guys are pretty cute. No, we're not going to go up here, Meg. Come on, let's go down here. Come on. Come on. She's been a little turkey, not wanting to go outside unless she's going to coffee or going for a walk. I think we managed to spoil our dog, but at least she gets me moving. Come on. No, we're not going over there. Mama doesn't want to go over there. Gets me moving because she's got to get that walk in and do her duty, right? Got to do that. And spent a little time working in the yard today and the greenhouse. Tonight's a bowling night, so I have to keep tabs on my time. I've got some yogurt going in the kitchen. If you've never made yogurt before, it's actually really simple. You just heat some water up to about 170 degrees. Did I say water? I meant milk. You heat some water up on a low setting to about 170 degrees. Then you let it cool off. And for every quart of milk you have, add a probiotic capsule to it. And I put my yogurt in a glass jar. And my favorite way of fermenting it nowadays is just to put it in the oven, either on the proof setting or the dehydrator setting, at a little warmer than 100 degrees. Now, if you do the proof setting, it's going to be about 97, but that still works. And you can ferment for 12 hours, 24 hours, even 36 hours if you want a stronger flavored yogurt. Let me get a bag out. Miss Meg is doing her work here. Get this cleaned up. But yeah, I like to make my own homemade yogurt. I think it saves money. The only flavors that I've actually used is vanilla and honey. I feel like if you put fruit in it, it wouldn't keep as long. Oh, you like to dig. All right, give me just a moment to clean this up. All right, let's go get a trash can, Meg. Come on. Lucky us, one right next to us. So yeah, I heated some milk up this morning, and it's cooling right now. And I put my probiotic powders in a small amount of water to let them dissolve. I have a couple of types. I have one that's got a pretty good spectrum of probiotic culture in it, and then I also have one that's got L-reuteri. That's like the new buzzword in probiotics. And as soon as my milk cools off a little bit, I will go ahead and add that probiotic culture into the milk, and then put it in jars and put them in the oven. And I'm going to use the dehydrator setting since my oven has that. I kind of wanted an oven a long time ago, and I'm glad I waited because they have new bells and whistles now, right? It was actually pretty affordable to get an oven, like a real full-sized oven with a dehydrator. Scam likely has my number. With a dehydrator setting and an air fryer setting. So those are pretty cool features to look for. You can do a lot with those things in an oven. But yeah, I want to get out and do a little work in the yard today. It takes a lot of time to get your garden beds ready. I've got some bubbler supplies that came in. I need to add water to the new area that I'm going to be planting tomatoes in this year. And I'm not doing bubblers today. I'm still just cleaning up and starting seeds. Got to water our grow room. Put those plants out for a while, let them harden off. Kind of waiting for the quail to leave because they would definitely like to eat some of those things. So they're still out there eating a little bit. They were still eating when we left. And we've got the flock in our yard. That's kind of what we got going on today. Anybody else doing any gardening right now? Probably not unless you live in a warmer climate, right? You should be starting seeds though. Even if you live in Alaska, you definitely want to have your tomato and pepper seeds going by now. It takes time for those to develop enough to actually produce in the summertime. And eggplant. You've got to have your eggplant going. Ours are doing really good. I started a whole bunch of them. I'm planning to grow a lot of eggplant this year since that does really well in our climate. And I've got a few friends that are going to do some gardening too, so it's nice to share. You never know, you share with a friend, one day you might need something and they'll share with you, right? That's how I look at life. Meg says, I just want my walk, Mommy, my pets, my food. She's pretty simple. Simple is a good thing. I think a lot of us need to get more simple. We were talking about the economy today, and last 2 days the market's been selling off with all the news about the tariffs. People are pretty freaked out about that. I kind of feel like it has a potential to really help our country if we're able to get manufacturing going in this country. Excuse me, if we're able to get manufacturing going in this company, but it's definitely it'll pose some challenges. Things will get more expensive, right? But simple is a good way to live. The more simple you can get, the happier you're going to be. And I like to be thankful for what I have. Every day. Thankful every day. How about you? Meg is thankful for her walk. She's thankful for a home to live in. We got her from a shelter. She was kind of on death row. She was a little unloved puppy that nobody wanted, kind of like the ugly duckling. And she turned out to be an awesome addition to our home. These trees haven't woken up yet. A lot of our blooms blew off of our almond tree. Hopefully they were ready to fall off anyway. Sorry, Scam likely has my number. I sure wish they'd go away. I'm constantly blocking, deleting those phone calls. I don't know how to stop them from making noise during our live stream, so I apologize for that. Look at that sunshine. It's beautiful today. Beautiful. Not seeing many rabbits out there. We had one in our yard for 2 days. I think I've been in that chicken wire a little bit. May have obstructed its entrance. Hey, custom by Kino. How you doing today? Thanks for joining the channel. Beautiful day here in the desert of southern Nevada. A little cooler this week than it's been, but as you can see, we have sunshine. That's a nice thing. Oh, thanks for the like. I appreciate it. You know, we're almost to 4,000 subscribers, which is remarkable. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like our dog. Meg is about 5 years old, and she is half Siberian Husky and half American Staffordshire Terrier. When we adopted her, they said she was a shepherd mix, and we were like, no, she's not a shepherd mix. So we did one of those DNA tests. They're not that expensive, and it's kind of a surprising combination, but they actually mix those two breeds together intentionally to get a smaller dog. But don't be fooled, she's pretty strong. Our weather is pretty nice here. It was warmer last week, so we're having a little bit of a cooling this week, but it's still nice. You know, I can't complain. Where I come from in Alaska, it's still pretty cold there, right? Oh, we got some budding out happening right here. Ooh, you know, I wonder what kind of tree this is. Look at that. It's got pretty blooms. Oh, you want to do a DNA on your pup? That's a great idea. I think you can order them off Amazon. I'm pretty sure that's where I got mine. And they actually work really good. I was so surprised. I never thought that I would get a dog from a shelter that was two breeds, a half breed, right? Not that I care about that. We were just looking for the right dog for our home, and we really didn't know what Meg was going to be like. When we got her, she was so withdrawn and emaciated. She actually just, it was pretty fast. I think it was like about a month. It was pretty fast. You get it pretty fast. I think you just get their saliva. It's been a while since we did it. You just get some of their saliva on something. That's all it takes. It's not hard at all. It's worth it. I know sometimes different breeds of dogs have specific traits, and it's kind of nice to know a little bit about them, because it might help you when especially if you're trying to work with an animal that has things to overcome. But Meg is a great addition to our family. She doesn't really bark at the neighbors' dogs. Like our neighbors' dogs, they bark all the time when they're outside, and she doesn't actually react with them. The only time she barks really is if there's somebody outside the house. So she's kind of a good watchdog for a small dog. She's a good girl. Oh, you got a Chihuahua Jack Russell. That's a cute combination. Is your pup on the taller side or the smaller side? I'm gonna have to Google that and see if I can see what they look like. It's that time of the year where it starts getting a little warmer, and you gotta appreciate it because it's not hot yet, right? But I tell you, I'll take the heat we get here any day over the cold weather that I lived in Alaska. We used to have about a month of 50 or 60 below living there, and let me tell you, in the darkness, whew, that wears on a person. When it gets hot here, I just get out early, get our walk in, and I do all my yard work before 10 a.m. That's what I do. That's how I deal with the heat. Oh, we got more people out walking today. Great weather. It's really nice. It was pretty cold this morning, but now it's around 10 a.m. It's nice out. Very enjoyable. You can tell Meg's really enjoying it, that's for sure. Morning.
Morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah, people actually have a problem with that in Alaska. And actually, by the time you start getting more light, which is, they're getting some light now. No. they're getting some light now, but by April, a lot of people that have depression, they really suffer. Hello. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Come on. Be a good girl. Come on. In fact, when we first moved here, it was in August of 2017. We actually drove through Canada, down through the US to get here. But I remember being so amazed. I was in such a good mood all the time because of the sunlight. I'm in such a good mood. Everybody's husband's happy to hear that, right? Yep, sunlight makes a big difference. And I think as you get older, not being in cold, wet, dark environments really helps, as far as like arthritis and stuff like that. Everybody gets a little bit of that at some point in their life. I know I enjoy the heat. I definitely learned to appreciate it. The first year was an adjustment. I was so white. I had to have a hat on and a lot of sunblock, which now I just try to get out earlier in the day, and I don't really use that much sunblock because they're saying that a lot of sunscreens actually have chemicals in them that are really toxic for you. So unless I know I'm going to be on an outing and be in the sun, I don't put a whole lot of sunblock on anymore because I kind of feel like you might have more risk from the sunblock than the sunshine, right? That, and we all need some vitamin D. Meg is loving this walk. Yep, got to pay attention to the ingredients and the products that you put on your body for sure, whether it's skincare or even your hair. One of the things I've gotten into the last couple years is, actually the last year, is I learned how to make my own shampoo, and I'm still perfecting it. It leaves a little more oil in my hair than I like, but I like that there's only 4 ingredients, right? And a lot of the natural products, it seems like, natural conditioners that you can make, they actually do leave more oil in your hair. But what you do to deal with that is you just, after you dry your hair, you put a little cornstarch on a makeup brush and just brush the roots of your hair. And it works really good. It gives you a lot of volume. So if you're somebody that doesn't have really thick hair and you do that, your hair actually is going to look pretty awesome. It's definitely helped mine a lot. So, beauty tip for the day. A little oil in your shampoo and some cornstarch, and once you learn how to manage it, you're really going to improve the appearance of your hair. Well, it sure has been nice walking and talking with y'all. And it's a beautiful day. I hope you get some nice weather where you're at, and have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.